So low functioning depression versus high functioning depression. Um, Low functioning, um, I think, is if you go through something and it really hits you. It's like when you cough, when you have a sore throat, but it's like inside your head, and it's like a fog, and you try to think like you cannot think of anything at all. You're just in this state where you look at the ground and you put your head in your hand, um, and you know it's just a sort of you might sleep for like pick any amount, like 20 hours, sometimes 17 hours. You're just totally like you're totally um it's hard to like articulate it, because you'd have to have experienced the same feelings to understand what um to understand exactly, like, yeah, I understand exactly what that's like. You know, and when it's been a while, it's hard to, you know, um, it's hard to kind of put yourself in that position again. But a high functioning um, depression is like uh, it's like there might be some things that lead up to it. Like I remember I'd often have outbursts when I was younger. I came home from school and I could get angry very easily. I could get angry. Um, I don't know if I was depressed, but I was sad. But it had a sometimes yeah, I could get a maybe it was a kind of a high functioning. It might have been high functioning depressive feelings, but not necessarily, you know. And then and then you try to, well, what's wrong? Well, why don't you say anything? And then you lash out at someone verbally. You're just so frustrated about whatever the hell you're going through. Uh, and then you kind of, I don't know if you've um, well, yeah, you kind of just think of the you kind of think of one negative thing, or it's like you're sad because of something, and then you always try to remedy it. You remedy it. It might be, yeah. You always try to remedy it. I don't know if yeah. I mean that's But yeah, if you're like yeah, but you're still kind of um when you have like high functioning depression, it's like uh a thought of wanting to die just kind of comes up in your head. It just kind of shows up. Um, and yeah, there's a anger element. There's an anger element to high functioning depression, I think, because you're so frustrated about something and you lash out at angry feelings. Uh, whether it be maybe I was depressed when I was a child. I might have actually been depressed. I'm not sure, but I always was kind of sad. But I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I think um, there's definitely an overlapping element between, like, you could say maybe it was depressive feelings, but I wasn't straight on depression. Um, because I didn't want to, like, I didn't have feelings of wanting to die when I was younger. Not when I was in grade school or elementary. Back then, I didn't have those feelings then. Um, how to beat it? Like, how do you beat depression? I think uh, if people could relax more. I mean, so you know, if only life was like. Well, I mean, let's just have a cup of coffee or a cup of whatever, and everything is you're just happy about whatever. But life isn't. If only life was that simple, but it's not. I maybe maybe yeah. If you're just happy about if you're happy about having you can drink something, then I think you've yeah. I mean, you obviously that's great. I mean, but it's like life is all these um, life is complicated and well, I don't know if it's complicated, but it always has an element to it, which is it always has painful things in it. Life is always if only life was I don't know. I mean, life is I don't know. But low functioning versus high functioning, yeah, there's a difference.